You know, if I have a nickel for every time the Path of Titans team drop a creature without any prior notice, I'll have 2 nickels. Not a lot, but it's kind of funny how it happened twice already. Hello everybody, this is Kasu. Shut up Achilles. Hello everybody, this is Kasu, and today a sudden update just dropped. The ACHILLOBATOR has just dropped. And yeah, I saw it and I immediately just get onto the game and download the update and want to showcase to you what it has. So the ACHILLOBATOR from real life is basically a huge raptor. How huge is it? Well, the ACHILLOBATOR in terms of size wise is relatively large. It is it's around 200 to 350 kg and 5 meter long. Mate, shut up. Yeah, so for if you want to compare it to a human, if normal standard human stands, I say standard human lah, but I don't know how tall is it. So it's basically stands nearly as tall as a normal adult. Seriously, shut up. So I'm gonna go through all the things that it has, including the voice, what's its subspecies and whatnots, as I learned from my previous mistakes from the Hatzegopteryx video. So first, let's go through the species. This is the ACHILLOBATOR giganticus, which gives you a 30% bleed. And for the female, it has a lighter shade of color, which is the gender dimorphism compared to the male. For the next subspecies, we have a standard raptor look, which is the ACHILLOBATOR calvus, and it has a 50% acceleration instead of the plus 20% bleed damage. Then for the female, it has the same color dimorphism. Seriously, shut up, please. Then lastly is ACHILLOBATOR barbatus, and it's thicker and it has a increased health regeneration. And same with the male and female, it has different dimorphism. For the patterns wise, it has a stripe pattern, which is very reminiscent of the, what's that creature called? The Anjanath in Monhan actually. The next is this very slick looking pattern, more bird-like pattern actually, especially the eyes. And lastly, this is another stripe pattern. So normally I would like to play a more offensive build for any of the creatures. And in real life it is just a huge raptor. In fact, it's actually pretty fucking big now that I look at it. However, in the game, it actually has a special role, which I'll go inside the game and show you guys. This is the ACHILLOBATOR in game. It looks pretty sick. And I'll be muting myself so you can hear all the vocal cords and all the vocals and everything. Now that we have finished the vocal wheel, let's go to the abilities. Disclaimer, I don't have a friend to try the abilities with, nor do I know how to set up a server, so I'll be just showing off the abilities like this. Let's go for the hit. So the hit for the hit slot, we have the normal bite attack, we have the natural Raptor Strike, which everyone should be more or less familiar with if you play the Deinosuchus or the Layton. And this is interesting. I have never seen this before. Shred. A powerful attack can only be used when pounced on an enemy. Okay. I can't really show that, but I can maybe slot it and maybe see whether I can jump and use it at the same time. So, sensors. The first sense is Hunter's Instinct. So this increases land movement speed by 5% when not in combat. Good for traveling, I guess. Not really. Second one is Lone Hunter, which gains a 10% increased attack damage when not in a group. So this is more for those solo players. However, this is where the Achillobator is unique compared to the rest of the creatures in the game. Mob Boss increases the damage of all small raptors in your group by 3% when near you. This stacks up to 7 times for each small raptor in your group. Disable if there is more than one Achillo in the group. So, if you have 7 other friends who are playing Danos or Latents, you can actually ask them to join your group and have one Achillo as the main boss. Long story short, you have a huge hunting pack now, and it'll be kind of scary how, like, you can pair this along with the voice of the Deinonychus of the Buck, and you just increase in damage like crazy, and you just have like a whole mob mafia of like raptors running around with just an Achillobator leading the charge. So this is actually pretty cool. It actually gives a uniqueness to the Achillobator compared to the rest of the creatures. For the front limbs, for the first attack we have Claw Attack. This causes medium damage and deals additional damage if used while pounced onto an enemy. Okay, so this is interesting. Basically, this guy, if he pounces on you, you're gonna have a horrible time. Because at least the other raptors, when they pounce on you, they only can bite you. However, this guy can shred and use this claw attack, which is not a fun time for the Achillobator, but not a fun time for anyone that got pounced. So for the second attack is Cruel Swipe, a claw attack that deals more damage to heavier enemies. Oh, okay, so this is for the people that wants a hit and run strategy, or rather the hit and run attacks. Okay, that's interesting, that's interesting. Let's unlock both of them to see what they are later. So for the metabolism, it's still the same, just a hyper carnivore and scavenger. For the height, we have Strength in Numbers. This increases your armor for every for each nearby small raptors in your group by 2%. So if you count it, it will be around 14% increased armor. Not a bad number actually. Next is Hollow Bones. This reduces your jumping stamina by 50%. And the last one is Survival of the Fittest. Increases speed while bleeding or envenom. Does not activate when in a group. This is for the more solo players in the game, where if you have been bitten by a Megalania or just bled by any other creatures, you can just run away as fast as you can. Okay. It's pretty good that the game is actually giving, like, despite the Achillobator's potential being the fullest with the having a mob with you, like a mob of small raptors, they actually give you a choice of being a solo survivor. That's pretty good. Let's go to the legs, which is interesting why there's 2 slots for legs. So I'm expecting 2 or more abilities. There is 2 more abilities. So first attack is Ripping Kick. If you have played the Concavenator, this is the same attack, but let's unlock it anyways. Second one is Pounce. Latch onto another target, allowing you to perform attacks and other abilities. Release from the latch by jumping. Will automatically release out when out of stamina. This is different. The last sentence is different though. Only works on heavy targets. This means that this creature cannot latch onto smaller targets. Example, his own helpers like the Deinonychus and the Latents. However, what counts as heavy targets is unknown to me, and I can't really test anyway. So up next is Leader of the Pack. Increases your speed by 5% while grouped with small raptors, who gain a 25% increased jump height when nearby. Disable with more than one Achilles. So this is This is very, very. Oh, okay, that's very cool actually. So he actually has a whole set specifically for you to be grouped with creatures. He has another set for you to be like, oh, I still want to latch on to creatures, but I don't want to play with a pack. I want to be a solo player and latch on to creatures and just tear at them. And the last one is I want to be a solo player and I want to be a hit and run strategy. Okay, so this creature actually has 3 different builds to it. So let's unlock this. Right, I can't take it up. Unlock this. Next is the tail. So the tail has counterbalance, which is uses 15% less stamina while running, and rather improves jump control, reduces fall damage, and reduces jump stamina cost by 50%. This actually means that jump stamina cost can be reduced to a total of 70. Wait, hold on a second, I need to get more marks. This actually means that the jump stamina cost can actually be reduced up to 75%, along with the height, the hollow bones height. Okay. So this guy can be a pretty high jumper. And lastly is the voice. You have 3 voices. So the first voice is Bark, increases all the raptors in your group by 8% within 30 meters for 20 seconds, able to stack up to 10 times. So this guy literally has a 80% increase in damage with all the raptors in your group, along with this ability, which increases it by 21 times. So all the raptors can deal an additional 101% damage if you have a whole group of it. Oh, that's fucking scary actually. Panic Sprinting replenishes 25 stamina and reduces attack damage on all nearby creatures by 20% for 30 seconds. Okay. I'm guessing this is his. Oh no, it's Warcry. 10% increase to armor and stamina recovery of all nearby small raptors in your group for 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, I got it. Yeah, let's take a look at all these abilities. It's like this. So cute. Before I go on to the abilities, I'll be showcasing the skins of the ACHILLOBATOR. And for that, I'll be shutting up my mouth. so unable to really show you the shred ability. You guys have to either find just find a YouTuber, because I don't have any friends to use this with, nor can I spawn a creature for me to try this out on. However, what I can show you is the other abilities. So when it runs and you jump, this is the pounce ability, similar to the Layton and the Deinonychus. The right click is the claw ability. Which claw ability is it? Let me take a look. It is the Crow Swipe, which deals additional damage the heavier the enemy is. So it has a pretty okay range. You will just run ahead at someone and just swipe it. However, it's a 6-second cooldown, so kind of rough. But if it does do quite a lot of significant amount of damage, then that's pretty tame. So next ability is the War Cry. Oh, that's a thumbnail. That's pretty cool. It has a 5-minute cooldown though. And next ability is the Ripping Kick. Okay, a bit different from the Concavenator, where Concavenator is lunge. It will just lunge its whole body forward. However, this one doesn't really lunge as far. That's pretty good. Let's test the other abilities. So now I have the claw attack that we can use while pouncing. Okay, so it's a more close range, I guess? Like a more close range kind of ordeal. Instead of a swipe forward, it's a swipe downwards. And to show you the difference in stamina cost, this build currently does not have hollow bones, nor does it have rudder, which also reduces stamina cost. So let's see how much stamina it takes. Okay, it's taking quite a bit of stamina. Right, now let's try it with the two. Okay, now I have both hollow bones and also the rudder tail. Let's see how much stamina it drains. Significantly lesser. I can jump literally forever. Like, if I stand still and jump, my stamina will regenerate even before I land. Sorry, not even before I land. Like, my stamina will just regenerate so quickly. So yeah, the jump actually has quite a significant impact to how many times this guy can jump actually. Like I said, it's a 75% reduced stamina cost, which is insane. So the next ability to try is this one, the Panic Sprinting. So I'll be just running around first, like, you know, maybe I escaping or something, and just maybe jump around a bit too. So as I'm running and I just say like I want to run, even faster, or I see an enemy and I'm being chased, and I just press 1. Oh, okay. So that actually just you take some stamina to it will cost some stamina, and then after that it will just regenerate the stamina that it gives back. So I'm not too sure what 35 is. Maybe like the bar is 100 and it'll just give you back 1/4 of your stamina bar. So that's pretty good actually. If you want to, basically, essentially this guy has 125% stamina, essentially. Alright, let's try the last call ability, which is Bark. So now this is a standard Raptor bite, so that one. So for the abilities that is already in the game, I wouldn't really want to go through it because it's the same. And now for the Bark ability, it should be the same. It's just that it sounds different. Alright, there you go. That's the Bark ability. So yeah, the ACHILLOBATOR. My views on it, there are 3 builds you can go for it. First build is what is potentially known for, the Pack Hunter build. The second build is the solo but hit and run build. And the last build is the solo but pounce and tear build. I just thought of that on the spot. So yeah. However, this is not the end of the video yet. There are still some minor updates that I would like to show, or that I heard of. So I'm currently on my Allosaurus in single player, and the Allosaurus actually has a new sense ability now, which is this, Fresh Blood. So this ability increases attack by 10% when near a bleeding creature, and if anyone who plays Allosaurus knows, literally all your abilities are bleeding. You have a Hatchet Bite, which is a bite attack that causes bleeding, and you also have a Claw attack that causes bleeding. And this is pretty good for the Allosaurus because, from what I understand, Allosaurus is actually getting bullied left, right, center. However, the Allosaurus, talking about bleed, actually has a new, I wouldn't say new, there's some changes to bleeds and venom now. And for that, I shall go to the Discord. Okay, so this is the Discord, and as you can see here, there is a change in the status effect adjustment. This is due to the fact that some creatures can just take the bleed and run off and recover from the bleed, and this actually affects any creatures that actually uses bleed. For example, the Allosaurus, or for this case, what they give is the Concavenator, which also heavily relies on bleed. So currently, what the adjustment is, bleed is now weaker while running. So while you're running, bleed don't really drain as much HP. However, it is much harder to heal while sitting or sleeping. So it requires more time for the bleed to go away. However, it is not as lethal compared to what it was before. And for the rest of for the rest of the stuff, like what the adjustments to pounds, what adjustments to the creatures are, I would highly suggest you to go to either the game itself, where if you take a look at this, the game has a, where is it? If they update actually, patch note. Okay, fine, the patch notes are useless. Okay, so I will highly suggest you guys to go to their Discord group and look through all the changes yourself, as most of the changes are just maybe plus minus a difference of 10%. It's minor tweaks that affect the game. However, it's not effects that we see. Yep, literally almost all the creatures has been affected by it. Some has a slight buff, some has a minor slight nerf and everything like that. So just go to the Discord itself and take a look at what changes to your favorite dinosaurs. Especially currently, they changed a lot of the combat weight, probably due to the ACHILLOBATOR having that weight ability. So any changes to the weight also affects the circles, because circles equals to lighter creatures equals to I can grab and drown. So since a new creature has been released, I think I'll do it every time when a new creature is released. I will go through the stretch goals again to see what is up next and what has already been completed. So as shown here, there's a lot of things that has been completed already. For example, the Arnodontosaurus, the Amagasaurus and everything. And however, what's coming next is the game modes. So from what we see, Deathmatch and Capture the Egg. Let's capture the egg. Capture the Egg is currently already in the works. So we can hopefully look forward to that. However, what we can potentially hope to see next is the growth system and the nesting territories, which it is not shown yet because they only tested Capture the Egg and also Deathmatch. Microraptor, which we have not seen yet. The Tylosaurus, which is a new aquatic creature that we also haven't seen yet. The Leadsictis, again, another huge aquatic creature we haven't seen yet. This creature that I don't want to say because I will sound like having a stroke. The last herbivore standing. And that's it. So basically we can be looking forward to more creatures in the game. And heck, the ACHILLOBATOR is not in the stretch goal. So the ACHILLOBATOR is actually a newly added creature that is totally out of nowhere. Hence, this is just a good guide of what we can see is coming next. However, as I said before, the Path of Titans team can randomly just drop a new creature that is totally not seen or just a surprise. And hopefully we can actually see more aquatic creatures and also flyers, because currently, I'll be very honest, the aquatic, it doesn't really have much varieties, and not a lot of people like to play want to play aquatic due to it being unique. Like, there's only two creatures that you can get in aquatic, and at least for flyers there, you can actually fly around and disturb the land creatures. However, the underwater aquatic creatures can't really do that unless you have a semi-aquatic that decides to disturb you. Hence, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed or are going to enjoy the new ACHILLOBATOR, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Probably Power, because I am fucking addicted to that game. Bye bye.